Dear all, welcome to this video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to learn file operations. This unit carries total 8 marks in our syllabus. We are also going to perform one program on the file operations. So, before moving on to the program, we will learn something basic concepts regarding the file operations. As we have known that up till now, whatever the programs we have performed till now, in that program we used to take input data from the keyboard and we used to get output data on the screen. But the output would get lost as soon as we exit from the program. So, how to store this data permanently? To store this data permanently, we can use secondary storage devices, or the data is packaged up on the storage devices as the data structure called as files. So here comes the main concept of files. We have also used streams already, such as cin. Cin was used to take the input from the screen. So input from the stream object connected to the keyboard can be taken using cin, whereas output to the stream object connected to the screen can be taken using cout. So in the same manner, we can define other streams, such as we can write something data to the files, or we can take or we can read the data from the files. We can use the stream similarly as a cin as well as cout. File input and output streams. So suppose if this is an input stream, so we will give some input data for processing to the program. Then the program, after execution, it will generate certain output data. After processing, obviously the program will generate output data, and this output data will be passed to the output stream, and this output stream will write this data to the disk, so that whenever required we can read the data from this disk. There are certain streams which are provided in C++. Suppose if we want to perform certain file operations in C++, we will use file input stream. This is a stream which is used to read the data from the disk file to the program. In the same manner, the file output stream, using this stream we can write the data to the disk file from the program. The input output streams of C++ contains IF stream. IF stream means input file stream. So this provides input operations, or this allows us to perform input operations on the files. OF stream allows us to perform output operations on the files, whereas F stream support us for simultaneous input as well as output operations on the files. Moving on to the next topic. Usually what we do, we declare a file name variable. We will associate the file name variable with the disk file name. After that we will open the file, then we will use the file, and later on we will close the file. C++ views file as a sequence of bytes. So if we want to move to the end of the file, so we'll have to move from 0th location to the end of the file. So we can traverse throughout the file. Now there are also certain file modes available on the file operations. We'll see in detail, but before moving on to the program, let me tell you what is exactly a F stream. F stream, we can call it as a library as well, as it's the another C++ standard library like a IO stream. So while doing the file operations, we will have to include this header file as well. Just like we add IO stream file, we'll have to add F stream as a header file. And it is also used to read and write to the files, as F stream allows us to read as well as write to the files. These are the data types which are used for file handling from the fstream library. Just as I explained you, OFstream, IFstream and fstream, we can use it. Now we can open the file in the different modes. If we want to perform certain operations on the file, we'll have to open it first and then we can perform different operations on it. We need to tell the computer the purpose of opening our file. For that we have to tell the computer the purpose of opening the file. For example, in order to write the file or in order to read the file, or if you want to read certain content from the file, etc. So these are the different modes which we can open a file. We have to open a file in different mode. For example, if I have written in the code mode as iOS scope resolution operator, then APP. So APP stands for appending. So it opens the text file for appending. Appending means to add the text at the end of the file. So it will add certain content to the end of the file. Next mode is iOS scope resolution operator. Just let me increase the size. Okay, iOS scope resolution operator ATE. This opens a file for output and move the read or write control to the end of the file. Third mode is iOS scope resolution operator in. So this opens a text file for reading. In means reading and out means writing. So iOS scope resolution operator out opens a text file for writing. iOS scope resolution operator trunc, it truncates the content before opening the file if the file exists. So these are the different modes which we are going to use while performing the file operations. Now let's get started with the program. That is our experiment number 12. Write a program to read and write the data from or to the file. So here we have to read the data from the file as well as we have to write the data to the file. But for this, obviously we need to create one file. Let me tell you the background or the logic of this program is that first of all I'll have to open the file existing. I'll have to check whether that file exists or not. If the file exists, then we can perform certain operations. If the file doesn't exist, then I cannot read or write to it. If the file doesn't exist, so obviously I'll declare certain message like error in creating a file. Now we'll try to run this program and we'll understand each and every line of this code. So how to run this program? I'll simply copy the code. Again I'm telling you that you have to write the program code in the practical exam. You have to perform entire practical on your own. Do not copy it. As I'm saving the time, that's why I'm typing this or I'm copying it. So here I've copied the text of the code. In the Google, simply type C++ compiler online free. Whatever the compilers are available, you can use it. I am trying to open one of the compiler in the next tab. So this is one of the compiler. First of all, their existing code I am deleting it. They have given one sample code and I'll try to paste the copy of the code. So this is my program. Now we'll see each and every line one by one. So initially I have included iostream as a header file. Then I have included fstream as a header file. Just recently I have mentioned you that fstream. Why we use fstream? Because fstream is another standard library like iostream and it allows us to perform read and write operations on the files. That's why here I have added here I have included here fstream as a header file. Using namespace standard, I have declared one main method, that is integer main fstream file. Using this statement, what I am doing, I am creating one object of the fstream class. Suppose fstream is the name of the class, so file is the object of that class. Now in order to perform certain operations on the file, I'll have to open the file which is already present in the memory. Let's assume that. Okay, So opening a sample text in outright mode. So suppose if I want to write something on the file, just as I told you that we have to open the file in the different modes, and I'll have to mention the name of the file which I want to open. So the syntax is file, that is object file dot open is the method which is provided in the fstream class. So in that method sample dot txt, I am trying to open the file having name sample, which is a text file, and then comma, I am trying to open this file in the write mode, that is iOS scope resolution operator, out is the mode. Now on the next line I'll check whether that file exists or not. So if there is no file, so obviously there has to be error, that is error in creating the file. Now it will return me 0. Okay, if there is no file, then it will generate error as error in creating a file. But if there exists a file, then the cout what will get? File will created, that is file is created will get at the output. Now I'll have to write text into the file. If the file is created, I'll write the text into the file as file. In the double quotes I can write anything, that is hi, hello, welcome. I can write anything, hello, welcome, colon, then ABCD. Now I'll have to, after writing to the file, I'll simply close the file. How to close the file? I'll simply use the code as file dot close. I'll simply write code file dot close. Close is the method to closing the file. File dot open is the method to open the file. Now again open the file in the read mode. Suppose if I want to read whatever I have written till now, if I want to read it, I'll again have to open the file. So file dot open, in that method which file I have which file I want to open is sample.txt, then iOS scope resolution operator in. So in is the mode in which I am trying to open the file in the read mode. Now again I'll have to check whether that file, that is sample.txt, exists or not. So again there comes a condition, that is if there is no file, so in that case I'll have to display an error message, that error in opening the file, or I can again type that the file doesn't exist, anything you can type. Then obviously return 0 if the file doesn't exist, then if bracket closes here. But what if the file exists? What if the file exists? In that case I'll have to read until the end of the file is not found. That means I'll have to read entire context or entire the text, whatever the existing in the file, whatever I have typed till now, that I should get as a output. Till what? It should read till the end of the file. Now for that, for reading purpose, obviously I'll need one character. To read, I'll need a single character which will read or which will traverse from first location or from the 0th location to the end of the file, which will traverse from starting to the end of the file. So char ch is used for traversing purpose. Now the cout will simply type as file content is equal to, after that we'll get output as a content of the file. Now till what end I have to read from the file, that is while not I have not visited till the file dot end of the file. I have not visited till the end of the file. I'll have to read the text. While I have not visited till end of the file, till then what I have to search? File. What I am reading is ch, that is read single character from the file. This ch is used to traverse, so it will reach or it will read every single character from the file, and simultaneously using cout I have tried to print this ch, that means every character will be printed in the output. Now at last file.close is used to close the file and return 0. In this way what I have done in the main program, I have created a object file of the class fstream. Using this file object I am always opening a file. I am checking whether the file exists or not. If it exists, then only it will perform certain task. otherwise it will generate error messages that file doesn't exist or there is a error in creating a file. If file is created, then I'll perform certain task, that is I can write to the file using out mode. I can write something to the file as using input mode, that is using read mode. If I want, I can read anything from the file using char ch. I can traverse to the file and I can traverse to the file till the end of the file using file.eof main function, which is provided in the fstream class. So this is it. We'll try to run this now. We can press F9 to run on this online compiler. Here I have got output. Let's see. Yes, what I have get, file is created successfully. File content is hello welcome abc. Alright, so again you can see usually in the program we can generally see only main.cpp program, but as you can see the file is separately created. So here in the next step we can see the next our file which is created having name sample.txt. So sample.txt, what I have written in the code, I have written hello world or hello welcome abcd. So this is the text which is present in the file. So this is it. If you have any queries, you can comment me. Thank you so much.